What's up, beautiful people, and welcome back to my channel. So as you can tell from the title, we are doing a step-by-step guide on how to get your Ghanaian visa from the US, specifically with a US passport. I'm sorry if you're watching from a different country. I can't help you there. I only know what I know. And right off the top, I'm going to tell you, you're going to have questions because this visa application was slightly complicated even for someone who is tech savvy like myself. It felt like all day. It didn't take all day, but it felt like all day. Kept having to pause and get all the information that I needed. And unlike with the Cameroon visa, you have to send it online, but now they've changed things too with the Cameroon visa, apparently, but this is not about Cameroon visa. So with the Ghanaian visa, you're gonna have to fill it out online, electronically, pay for it online, obviously, and then you're gonna have to print out everything you just did and send it via snail mail, and then pay for your postage, a return postage, because obviously if you're sending by snail mail, your passport is going in there too, so it has to be priority. They're going to put your visa and your passport and send it back to you, so you have to pay for the return postage. So yeah, without further ado, let's just jump right into this. So before we get started, here's a checklist of the things that you will need, and I'll put it right here on the side so you can follow along. You will need a scanner. That's just like, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You need a scanner. Even better if you have one at home. Otherwise, you might have to do this at the library because, like I said, you have to submit the application electronically. And so the documents you will need, you have to scan them to submit them electronically. This is what makes it slightly more complicated. So you will need a scanner. You will need a valid US passport, obviously, because you need to scan that as well. You will need, I sent my COVID vaccination stuff. I don't know if you still need it right now, even though there's a resurgence of COVID, but I sent it just to cover myself, but I don't think we needed it. Just have it on the side. You definitely need your yellow fever shots. Now, I took mine in 2022. Right before our trip to Cameroon. We also needed it for Cameroon. So I took it in 2022, so it lasts 10 years. So it's not going to expire until 2032. So you definitely need that. Go check out my Cameroon visa application video. I talk about where you can get your yellow fever shot. Go check that out. I'll link it here. So you need that. So far we are number 1, scanner. Number 2, a valid US passport. Number 3, COVID vaccination card. Number 4, yellow fever. That one's a must. Yellow fever shot. And then they ask questions like if one of your parents or both of your parents are from Ghana, and if they are, you have to show proof. So I had to upload my mom's birth certificate. Do not worry if you're not from Ghana, if you're just going to visit, but that's the question they asked me, so I had to provide proof. I felt like because I provided that proof, it made it go faster. I don't know. That's just my theory on it. And then you will also need your flight information, obviously, your ticket. They asked for an address of the place we were going to be staying at, and so I think we gave our hotel information / one of my family friends, my mom's, our family friends. He appeared in this vlog. I started here in my very first Ghana vlog, because I do have 2 Ghana vlogs. I have part 1 and part 2, so he was in the first one, so we gave his address, and I think we also have our hotel address on it. So gather all this information before you sit down, because it just might take you all day. And of course, you need your debit or credit card to pay for it. Yes, you do need to pay for it online. You'll have to pay for the visa, which it cost $105. I'll insert a picture here. Now, if you want expedited service, I think that's what we paid for expedited service. It was $100 and then the tax, so $105. But if you just want regular service, I believe is $60. This is for single entry, I believe, single entry. Yes, let's jump into the steps. So I'm gonna go into my computer right now. Okie dokie. So we're on Google right now. We're just gonna type in Ghana, not embassy, but you could also put Ghana embassy. Ghana visa application. Okay, so let's click on that one. And once again, if you've watched my Cameroon visa application video, you'll see that once I went on Google, one of them was highlighted purple. versus blue, which means I have visited the site. So yeah, so you can click on this one or this one. So we're just going to go ahead and click on it. It will take you directly to the Ghana Embassy, which is in Washington, D.C. We'll click on it, and these are all your requirements. So you definitely want to read through these ones. So single entry visa, $60. Regular, if you want expedited service, $100. I think we ended up paying $105. As I mentioned, I think I mentioned in the last clip that it was $105. I just, forgive me if I'm repeating myself. All right, so this is what it looks like. So obviously you want to go click on this one, visas and passport, and you're looking for a visa. I'm going to assume that's why you're watching this video. So we're going to click on this one. And I would highly recommend checking out the how-to videos because, as mentioned previously, even for someone who is tech savvy as myself, the application gave me some issues. It gave me a little bit of issues at the very end there. So it was a great resource. So I would highly encourage you to check it out. They do explain a few things much better. When I was having issues, I went to watch it and it helped out. So definitely check that out if you're having issues or before you start the application. Click on visa application here. Obviously we want it in English. I'm going to assume a lot of you who watch my videos are English speaking, and we'll do United States. Continue. And these are all like, you might want to read all of this. You got your checklist right here. As I mentioned in the earlier clip, your passport. I think the only thing I forgot to mention was the passport size picture, which you can get from your closest CVS. I believe it cost me about $16 for two. So you'll definitely want to go ahead and read all of that. And payment methods, yeah, you definitely do need your credit card. You see, it even tells you there, personal checks and cash payments are not options. So you definitely need your credit card for that. Yeah, so definitely go ahead and read all of that and then check here and proceed. Now it gets a little tricky because I'm not actually applying for this visa right now. Like I said, I did it back in August for a November trip and it's good for 5 years. So I'm not actually applying right now. So there are some things I'm not going to be able to show you because I can't skip any steps. And you'll see here in a little bit. So what I did was click on individual visa application. And yeah, this is it. I'm not going to be able to skip steps. I have to fill all of this out before I go on to the next step. And as I mentioned, I'm not really applying for this. So I think definitely step 5 is going to get a little tricky. This is where the scanner will come in handy, like I said, because you're going to have to upload your scanned documents. So that's going to be your passport size pictures, your yellow fever vaccination. You're going to have to upload all of that, which is why you need the scanner. So let's see. So you're going to click on tourism visa here and ordinary, and then go ahead and fill out all of this information and fill out all of them. Otherwise, it won't let you go to the next step. And so once you upload everything, then you will be able to submit your payment. Like I said, I paid $105. Once you submit all of that, then you have to pay for your return service. And I believe I paid, like, these are all the documents. I kept copies of it. And so you will have to pay for your return postage, which was, also I'm speaking low. I'm trying to keep my voice down because people are still sleeping. So, and it just snowed outside. That's why I look busted, because I was shoveling before I started to film this video. Okay, so then you pay for your FedEx delivery and it cost $29.85 for one. I mean, I did the application with my mom, but I did it separately, which was really because it was coming to the same house. So once you submit everything electronically, then you print everything out. I believe it'll give you a prompt to print it out, because then you have to print out all this stuff and then put it in an envelope with all the documents you need. Copies of the documents. It doesn't have to be the physical document. The only physical document you will need, obviously, is your passport, because then they have to put the visa in there. And the visa is not a card, just so you know. It's just like a piece of paper that they stamp onto one of the pages. Because I remember watching someone talk about, somebody's gotten a vlog and she was talking about the visa. She thought it was going to be a separate card that they would send, but they just kind of like stamp it inside your passport and tell you how long it's good for or how long it's valid for. And then there you go. So you put all this and then go to the post office and do priority and then pay for your postage. Your postage you'll have to pay online already. So all of that stuff they will get already once you submit electronically. That way, once they process your stuff, they can send it back to you because it's paid for. I believe it took maybe a week for me to get my stuff back. It was real quick. I wouldn't encourage you to pay for expedited service unless like you're really like pushing it with the visa application and your trip. But like I said, I did mine in August and the trip was in November. We got it back really quickly, so you don't have to pay extra for expedited services. Now, I do realize this might maybe be a bit complicated, so just let me know in the comment section, like if you would like me to do a live and show you guys how to do it or explain it better. I feel like this video should suffice. I have given as much information as I can possibly give you. The other thing is my scanner, I got it from Target back in 2019, and it's like 4-in-1. It's a printer, a scanner, like a photocopier, like copying machine, and fax. Obviously I don't use the fax, but I do use the printer quite regularly and the copying machine every time I have to make copies of documents, and the scanner obviously. I use those quite frequently. And yeah, it was about $99, almost $100 from Target. So I would encourage you to invest in one because it's very much needed. Ink is a bit pricey, cost me about what, 75 to 80, 75? Yeah, about $65 to $75 every year. I feel like I have to replenish my ink once a year. So I'm coming up on when I have to replenish my ink, but it's better than going to the library, I'll tell you that. So give me a thumbs up. Let me know if this video was helpful. If you have any questions, drop them down in the comment section and I'll do my best to explain. Like I said, things may have changed. This was only in August that I did this, but you know, with COVID on the resurgence, maybe things are changing. I think I did my best to explain everything. Do read everything and yeah, get all your documents ready before you sit down and do this because it will take you some time to do it. I guess I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.